Welcome back to more Madden 03, more Cardinal football, Madden 03, where we are entering in the home stretch, the final stretch of our second season as coach, GM, president of football operations, whatever, of the Arizona Cardinals. We are coming off of a pretty major primetime victory over the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't show up for the second straight year against the Cardinals. Last year, I think, was just a regular old game, and this year we played the Cowboys on their terms at primetime, as the Cowboys always do. So we're looking mighty fine heading into our second and final game against our bitter rivals, the St. Louis Rams. Now, the first game, if you recall earlier in the season, with the Rams was an absolute shootout. We've been playing some shootouts, some close games. They've been pretty intense so far this season, to say the least. But we've been on top of those scenarios almost every single opportunity, really, except for the Kansas City game. It was the only time we were caught lacking. But we have had some divine intervention and luck come our way to put us in a prime position to shoot for an NFC West title in its second year of its existence. So that is, or excuse me, not the second year of its existence, but in this format which we have it with the Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, and 49ers. So there you see we were sitting atop all alone with Seattle a couple games behind us, and the Rams surprisingly holding up the caboose. They've had a tough season coming off of the Super Bowl run that they had last year. So it hasn't been it's hangover. It's Super Bowl hangover is really what it is. It's sad to see. Hopefully we can experience some of that ourselves this year, but we have to get through the Rams to just win the division first of all, and we're not going to do it if we're giving up passes like that. Lathon Flowers gives that one up, even though he was well in position to make the throw. We had pressure on Kurt Warner, but he still got rid of the ball in time to find an open man, his one open man. Actually, he's got two big open men, and that one is Torrey Holt, and we will be seeing the other one, Isaac Bruce, pretty frequently as well, I am sure. And we cut to a third down now, coming off that big pass that the Rams completed, and as you see, that one hit the dirt, and the Rams cannot extend their drive, but it's okay because they can extend the lead. They can gain a lead off of Wilkins' 41-yard field goal to go up 3-0. So now it is time for your Cardinals to have a chance with the football and see if they can move it forward. And with that man, it is always possible to move that ball forward as we lob up a huge one to David Boston, who hauls that one in. He rarely doesn't haul that one in, and we are starting off the game right, getting a large chunk of the field. We're flipping the field off of that big pass. So 2nd and 7 now. The Rams are sending pressure. We get rid of the ball in time and find Michael Coffey on the left side of the field, who hauls that one in and is brought down inside the 5. So within a handful of plays, we are already ready to answer back to the Rams. We're going to get this one to Thomas Jones to bang it up the middle, and he's going to fall forward and give us 6 on the board. A quick response by this Cardinal offense is something you really love to see against this team specifically, because we have struggled to score points against them in our 3 meetings thus far, really except for the first meeting of this year, where we kind of racked up the points here. But the Rams have a prime opportunity now in our territory, but they cannot convert on that third down, so bring up another 4th down as we enter into our second quarter. So Wilkins is going to go ahead for another field goal, and he is automatic from that distance, this time a 44-yarder. So he's got a 41 and 44-yarder under his belt today. We're going to cut even further to the 2-minute warning. The Rams have another third down opportunity. Can they convert it on this one? As Kurt Warner's got all day to throw and all day to find Torrey Holt, who hauls that one in on the right side of the field and is brought down by Dwayne Starks. In bounds, mind you. So the clock will run, but it's okay because the Rams have prime field position. That wasn't in bounds. So it's now a 3rd and goal. Can the Rams punch this one in? And they do find, Kurt Warner does find his man in the back of the end zone, but his foot is out of bounds. I believe it was Torrey Holt whose foot was out of bounds. But the booth, they want to look at this one. They're going to inspect this one. They say, hold on, not so fast. So we go to the replay here. Let's see. Does Torrey Holt, is he in bounds? Is there a sliver of green right there in between his foot? And there is a tiny little inch a centimeter of green between that foot. So this one is going to be reversed. And the Rams are going to get a huge bailout here with 2 opportunities for this Cardinal defense to stall out the Rams. They are able to actually punch it in and get 6 before the first half comes to a close. So can we answer back with all the time we have? Not doing stuff like that. Jake Plummer wants the home run ball to Kyle Hedgel, and instead it finds the hands of a defender, a Rams defender, and Plummer gets himself hurt in the process. So another injury to our star man, our big man who got his payday, and now heading the other way. Kurt Warner finds Isaac Bruce, big Isaac Bruce, who hauls that one in coverage. There's nothing we can do on that side to stop him, man. Putting a rookie Justin Williams on Isaac Bruce is just not going to work. So Jake Plummer is okay. He will come back, but for now the Rams have another opportunity to add some points and further extend their lead going into the half, but they cannot convert that third down, so they will bring out Wilkins to attempt another field goal, and he is automatic again. So Wilkins getting a ton of work so far in this game as the Rams go up 16-7. So on a 3rd and 20, we got one last gasp here to maybe get some points. Lob it up to David Boston, and he's hauling it in, and it's brought down at the Rams 35-yard line, which is 7 seconds left to spare. Can we save some time and potentially do something else? Go back to this replay. Let me see the slow-mo. Mr. What was I saying? Plummer, I forgot my man is out, man. That is Herman Grandma. Don't act like you forgot the man's name like I just did. Herman Grandma is now leading this offense heading into half, but Jake Plummer is now healthy enough to get back in this game and hopefully give us something here as we find Michael Coffey on the left side of the field who hauls it in again, and now we are in prime position to potentially earn 3 if we send out Mr. Bill Grammatica to try and knock home a potentially probably 30-yard field goal, I would imagine, 35-yarder. Yeah, so it takes 2 quarterbacks to get us in position, but can Grammatica finish off this drive and send us into the locker room with an extra 3? And he can. So we trim the lead down now to just 6, more than manageable against this team, but we are trailing entering into the second half. So are we going to see some more theatrics like earlier in the season? I do not know. But hopefully Jake Plummer will stay healthy enough to help us will into another victory against the Rams. It would be amazing to sweep a season series against the Rams. I'm not going to speak too early, though, because anything can happen with this team. We've seen it happen. And already the Rams have pretty good field position as they're moving the ball, matriculating the ball, and boom, Kurt Warner finds Torrey Holt yet again. Lathon Flowers again getting mossed by Torrey Holt. Come on, man. I'm not paying you all that money to get mossed by Torrey Holt. I can't be too mad because it's Torrey Holt, but at the same time, put up a little bit more of an effort is all I ask. All I ask. That side's been getting picked apart all season long. It is okay. We do our best. It's Madden 03. 2nd and 6 now inside the red zone for the Rams. Kurt Warner's got all day and then some to make a decision, and he makes the right decision as he finds his tight end just sitting there, really, having tea, crumpets. He's got a table set up. He's filing his taxes, checking over his checkbook, and he's got time to make that catch as Raynoch Thompson is just watching the play develop in front of him and playing very weak on that tight end. So 1st and goal now for the Rams. They got to go a couple inches to punch this one in and extend their lead even further. Can they do it? And we send the whole kitchen sink, and we get to Marshall Faulk. I think, honestly, in today's game, if they would have reviewed that, he probably would have made it. But whatever. 2nd and goal now. Can we make the goal line stand? And Kurt Warner says, I'll do it myself. Get out of the way. I'll do it myself. He parts the seas just a little bit, finds a gap at the line of scrimmage, and punches it in for a rushing touchdown, a rare Kurt Warner rushing touchdown. And now we got to answer back here. We're down a good bit of scores, and we somehow thread that needle. We somehow thread it to Kyle Hedgel. That was a humongously dangerous pass. Unbelievably dangerous pass. Plummer had all day and then some to throw, and we made a terrible decision, but it doesn't matter because the game, Madden 03, likes us for some reason, and they gave us that one on a platter. They said, fine, here, but you're not going to score, or are we? 1st and 10 now. Plummer's going to move out of the pocket a little bit and roll over to David Boston, who has it hauled in, spins off that first tackle and just gets speared on the second tackle. We don't see him break too many tackles off of these catches on the right side, which is kind of a problem I have with David Boston. But when you catch the ball that many times, like in those plays, in those situations, I can't be mad. So we're going to give it off to Makovica, our favorite touchdown goblin, number 34 on the field, number 1, probably number 2 actually, in our hearts. And he punches that one in. So cut again, we have the ball back again after stopping the Rams. And Michael Coffey's got room. There's no one in front of him. Can they catch up to him? I don't think they will. And that's a touchdown, a massive touchdown, an 80-yard touchdown for Jake Plummer to Michael Coffey. And David Boston is celebrating like he did something, and he did absolutely nothing on that play. That was all Michael Coffey, the young guy. Put some respect on his name. What a pickup for this team. And just like that, the lead is flipped, and we have a point on the St. Louis Rams. But the Rams have good field position. What are they going to do? They're going to find Torrey Holt, who's got nothing but space. He is absolutely booty button naked on the left side of the field. There's no Cardinals around him. And they're going to run hurry up now because they don't have a whole lot of time. Just 1:45 ticking away, tick, tick, tick. But it is 1st and 10 now, moving further now into Cardinal territory. Warner's going to drop back. Absolutely no pressure to worry about. And Marshall Faulk's got a step here. He's breaking some tackles. He's finding room, breaking even more tackles. And if the out of bounds chalk wasn't right beside him, he probably would have continued going upfield to the end zone. This is freaking ridiculous, man. He says, get off of me. Look at that. 2 defenders down, gone. Get out of here. Kwame Lassiter, get off of me. I don't care about you. You don't mean anything to me. 1st and 10 again, just 1.5 left to work. The Rams in the I formation. They're going to go with Marshall Faulk again. They think they have time to run the ball, and when he's breaking tackles like that, I guess you do have time to run the football. But fortunately, we are able to wrap that one up before it can get out of hand, and the clock is continuing to run. All they have to do is kick a field goal. That is all they have to do, and they can win this football game. So now they got to try and work some clock off here. They can't score too early and give us too much time, but when Kurt Warner's making plays like that to Torrey Holt, they might find themselves giving the Cardinals too much time. But our defense has to do something. Please, guys. Please, for the love of God, do something. Anything. As Torrey Holt hauls in another one over Lathon Flowers, just absolutely getting bullied over there. Dwayne Starks isn't even in the vicinity. Look at that, 139 yards on Lathon Flowers. Just, gross. I mean, just gross. Star receivers just mossing our safety, whatever. So 1st and goal for the Rams now. They are in pretty good shape to score a go-ahead touchdown and potentially put this game away. And now I have to be smart because the clock is ticking away, and St. Louis is still going to burn their timeouts because in the CPU's mind they have to conserve clock to score, but they're not thinking galaxy brain like yours truly is, right? They're not thinking about it. But we're making a pretty huge goal line stand here, so I'm thinking if we can make the stop, then we can absolutely maybe have this game go our way. So we do stop the Rams. They're going to have to bring out Wilkins for another field goal, a simple chip shot, and he makes his 4th field goal of the game to go up 26-24. So now that means, because our defense did what they're supposed to do on the goal line, that means we can just kick a field goal and we can still win the game. So we're going with the home run ball already. David Boston has it, and he shakes off the tackle initially and gets brought down after getting a couple more yards. So boom, we are already working. The groundwork is laid. The foundation is there. We are doing stuff, guys. We're doing things. Oh my gosh, could we get another divine intervention comeback on a division rival? I would absolutely explode in my jeans. The clock is ticking. We're running the hurry up. We got to move up. We're just going to run that snap again. Come on, give it to me again as the clock continues to run. 25 seconds. Plummer's going to drop back. We got Boston again. Lob it all the way up to him, and we don't get him. The ball sails over Boston's head. Now with 20 seconds, we have time. The clock is stopped. We have time to think about what we're going to do. 2nd and 10, we are still in shotgun. What is Plummer going to do? They're sending pressure, and it gets to Plummer. He comes in completely unblocked. And now we're going to have to move quick here. We're going to run that play again. It does not matter. The Rams not ready for it. The clock is running. We have chance for just one play. No timeouts. What can we do? 3rd and 19. Is there a chance, an opportunity? The clock is hitting zeros. The pressure gets to Plummer. But hold on. There's 1 second. Time for one more play. What can we do? 4th and 19. Plummer's going to drop back. There's good coverage up front. We're going to go to Boston again, who hauls it in, and his defender is lost, and he shakes off the tackle and gets a touchdown. Holy moly. Bing, bang, bong. David, Boston, theatrics here in Arizona. Do you believe in the Cardinals? Do you believe? If you don't, you should. As the game ends, 000, 31-26. Your Arizona Cardinals taking down the St. Louis Rams for the 2nd time this season, handing them the 6th L of this season. And we are hyped here in the desert, in Tempe, at Sun Devil Stadium. We are absolutely hyped. David Boston getting player of the game honors, of course, for scoring the game winner thriller touchdown. I mean, when that happened, guys, I think I was just as excited as I just recorded it. I mean, it was just, I was fully expecting, I'm like, I'm just going to go for it again. They'll probably sack me again. I had no coverage up front. It was just antagonizing. But then that happened, and everything was all right in the world. So we kept getting these bailouts somehow through the Madden gods or whatever it may be. I don't know, and I'm not going to question it. But that luck does have to run out at some point. I'm just hoping it runs out maybe towards the end of the season here, or we're already in good position to make the playoffs. I hope it doesn't run out in the playoffs, because if we play this well in the regular season just to get skunked in the postseason, I will be very upset. In our first postseason appearance, Jack Plummer has one of his best games in Cardinal red since we've started this here little dynasty mode. Pretty solid completion percentage, only 12 passes completed, which is gross. Absolutely nothing from our run game. We really couldn't afford to. We were playing from behind for pretty much the entirety of the game. Remember, we were down 10-16 at half, and we just barely took over the lead here at the end. So, Lathon Flowers, even though we got mossed all game by Torrey Holt, does lead the team in tackles. Funnily enough, Norm Wiggins picks himself up another TFL, our rookie. Pay attention to that. Alexander, our another rookie linebacker, picks up 3 TFLs, so that is big points to him. He was active today, and then Grammatica knocks home the 1 field goal. So the schedule does not get any easier as we move now to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Last year we played the Eagles in Philly in the vet, but now this year we're taking them on at Sun Devil Stadium. So I hope you guys are back as we continue our push for the postseason at the tough part of our schedule. We need you all here to help cheer us on against this nasty Philadelphia Eagles team. I'll see you then.